How's it going, everyone? It's that Blue Bath here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another car review. And that's right, people, it's been quite a while since I've said that, and it does feel good. Honestly, it does, because, well, it's been maybe a few months since we reviewed or done a proper actual review on someone's car. Now, of course, we did Mod Live and we did all the cars at that show, which was absolutely fantastic. But there was a few there that I really wanted to do proper reviews on. And recently, there's been one that's been popping up in the local area that I've really wanted to do a video on. And you could probably see it in my shades right now. You could probably see it because of that. But this one, it's a special one, let me tell you that. And anyone out there who has one of these, I think you're going to be happy with today's video, because today, folks, we have a Toyota Glanza. And boy, oh boy, this is going to be fun. So without any further ado, let's not waste any time, because, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get straight into this. So let's begin. Now then, that's right, people, we have got a Toyota Glanza here today, and well, you don't see many of these at all. They're actually quite a rare car. Now, there is a massive community for these cars online and wherever you go, really, and they're just pretty awesome in general. I mean, this is pretty much the Japanese equivalent to the Abarth. Now, this one is very special for a few reasons, and I'll get into that very soon. But how about first we just take a quick walk around so you can just take in this very special car. Now, as you can see, as we're walking around, there's some very awesome bits and bobs that have been put on this car, which we will definitely be taking a closer look at. But as you can see, this is as JDM as it gets. Now, why is this car so special, you may be asking? Well, this car, not only is it imported, but it's a HKS demo car. And that is right, people. HKS owned this car and used it as their demo vehicle. Now, because of this, it meant that it got a lot of HKS goodies, and it still has it as well. So when we go under that carbon fiber bonnet right there, we're going to see the heart of this absolute little monster. And well, full HKS engine, forged and everything as well. Surely got a treat for you today, guys. Now, before we get into any of that, we're going to do a quick run around the car and do a full exterior review, because hey, that's how we roll. And how about we get started with the front end? So starting off with the front end here, we already have a massive amount of goodies to go over. And how about we get started with the front bumper? Now, I've asked the owner and he said don't quote me on this, and hey, don't quote me either, but apparently this is a remix front bumper. Now, obviously, you guys out there will be more knowledgeable than I am when it comes to these JDM beauties, but if you guys do have the proper names for any of these body parts, then please feel free to leave it in the comment section down below, because I'd love to know everything about these cars. I mean, I learn a lot from the owners, but if you guys have anything as well, then hey, just feel free to put a comment in the comment section down below, because it all helps. So yeah, we've got a very nice remix front bumper, and it does add a little bit of style to it. I really do like it. Now, the owner did say he's going to change this very soon for something else, so maybe we might get an update in the future if we see it with a brand new bumper. Of course, we do have a Japanese style plate on the left here. I really do love that. I love when car brands do that, like Alfa Romeo and stuff like that. It really does look very cool indeed. And of course, we do have some very nice eyelids with a really pristine bumper. And I've got to admit as well, and just mention this, if we take a look at the car, and you'll see this throughout the video, for a 1998 car, this is absolutely pristine. In really good condition. It's pretty much mint. And I mean, I've got to admit, I respect a person who keeps their cars minty clean, and this one is definitely a pristine example. And of course, proof is in the pudding, tuned by HKS, and we'll definitely see that HKS bad boy under the bonnet very soon. But yeah, we've got a lovely front end here, and it does look fantastic. Now, this is a Varish carbon fiber bonnet, and well, not only is it carbon fiber, but it's super rare as well. This is only one of 6 that have been made, so not only does it look fantastic, but you just can't get them. So if you guys have one of these, just know they're very rare indeed, and it just looks fantastic. I mean, look at the shine in the carbon fiber. The glossiness is just absolutely fantastic. Got some intakes there, and of course, we've got a little scoop to where you can see the turbo badge, and oh, I'm so excited to go over that. We've got some quick release pins there as well, so you know it's proper. And overall, the front end looks really, really nice on this car. And now it's time to go over the side profile. And guys, I do love a good side profile on a car because sometimes it can make or break it. And well, let me tell you, this has got 90s JDM written all over it. We've got some really nice sharp but smooth angles to it, which makes it look fantastic. And I've just got to mention as well, I do apologize if there's a lot of wind noise. For some reason, out of all of the days, today is the windiest. We had a beautiful day yesterday, but unfortunately the wind is picking up a bit, so I do apologise if you do hear that. Hopefully it's not too bad. But coming to the side profile now, we have a few more goodies to go over, and we will start with the wheels. Now these, I believe, are rotors. Now the owner thinks they're rotors too, somebody else thinks they're rotors, and well, when I first ever saw this car, I too thought these were rotors as well. So if you guys do know what these wheels are, then please, again, just like the rest of the car, leave it in the comment section down below because it'd be very helpful to know the full name of these wheels. Now, we do actually have the name of the wheel on this little spoke here, but it has been powder coated and a few other bits and bobs as well. So unfortunately, we don't get to see it properly unless you can on camera. There you go, guys. If you can see that and if you can manage to read it, then it'd be nice to know what it is. But taking a look at this wheel in general, it looks really, really cool. The 5-spoke then into this really awesome white lip that goes around the wheel is so, so cool. I really do dig multiple colors on a wheel. It just looks fantastic. And of course, against the white paint as well, it just looks so, so nice. We've got some really nice vented brake discs as well there as well, which looks really, really cool. And TRD center caps, which you'll see is a theme throughout this car. It does look really, really good. Now, I do believe these are 17s, and boy, oh boy, they do work on this car because, hey, again, just like a side profile, wheels make or break a car. They've got to be right, they've got to look good, and of course, they've got to be the right size. Otherwise, it doesn't work. But these definitely do on this car, and I'm really, really loving the way that they fit on the car as well, or the way they sit on the car, I should say. They just look really, really good. It sort of reminds me of a Hot Wheel, like a really special, unique, and like limited edition Hot Wheel. It just looks so, so cool. I dig it a lot. So coming to the side skirts now, because this is also a not standard, we have what I believe is jam side skirts, like strawberry jam. Jam side skirts, which look really, really nice as well. It kind of brings the body just a little bit lower and just makes it look really, really good and just makes it work, in my opinion. And we do have a little vent down there as well to get all the aerodynamics all good and working. Nice little black door handle there to contrast against the white paint. We've got some TRD wing deflectors there. I almost forgot the name for some reason, but there you go. Wind deflectors, which are actually optional, and that looks pretty cool as well. Going into the wind deflectors, which are also Toyota as well, finished off in white, and there you go, Toyota logo. And I must say, you don't see many wind deflectors in white, so this is actually quite unique to see. Coming to the back here, of course, we do have the great and glorious Glanza sticker coming across the side, which is standard on many Glanzas and Starlets, so it's pretty cool to see that. It's like the side stripe on the Abarth, but instead we get a nice little logo on the top of the wing here, which looks really, really good. And again, here are the back or the rear wheels, which again 17s with this awesome style, the white lip, and a little dice for the valve cap. I'm digging that indeed, and some TRD calipers. Good stuff indeed. And if we just sit here, just take a look at this profile. Doesn't that just look awesome? I am such I'm a sucker for a hatchback. I really am, guys, as you know, with the Abarth. And this just looks so, so cool. To see other people's creations, it's so fantastic. Now, with all of the side profile done, it's time to get to the rear because, again, we have some more spicy bits and bobs to review. So let's get to it. Let's take a look. So, of course, we have got to start with the roof spoiler because I love a good spoiler, guys. Honestly, I'd get one for the Abarth, but I do like it as it is right now. But this one, take a look at it. It starts here, goes all the way up, and then across. We've got this lovely light in the top as well, and then to the other side, like a wraparound spoiler. It's really, really nice. And it does come out a bit as well. And, oh, Very, very nice indeed. It does actually have a gap too, so a bit more aerodynamics for you guys right there. And coming to actually another spoiler. So this is a Live Sports upper spoiler for the boot here, and that looks really, really cool. I've seen a few cars with upper spoilers, or two spoilers, and I have to admit, I think they do look really, really cool. It's very funky, very different. And hey, why have one spoiler when you can have two? So really, really cool indeed. And of course, again, tuned by HKS. We will get to it, guys. Don't worry. We're almost there. And now, just taking a look at the lights, because even the lights are rare. So these are bubble lights, and these are clear ones as well, which are much rarer than the normal red background lights that you get on the Glanza. So these, even the lights are rare, guys. I can't believe it. It's just crazy, but I love it. It just makes it even more unique and a one-off car. And well, coming to the boot itself, even the boot is different. We have a nice, lovely, sort of a gloss black there for the boot. And I really do admit, it does make the back end stand out a lot more with all the colours, the contrast as well. I imagine even in white it would look cool, but it just looks a lot better in black. Of course, we do have the TRD badge there, the Toyota Racing Department. I think that's what it stands for. Could be wrong on that, but it's definitely Toyota Racing for short. I think it's Toyota Racing Development, one of the two. But it's a sick badge, and of course, it can have it because it does have a few bits and bobs on it. The cool JDM sticker as well. And hey, it comes from Japan, so it makes sense. Now, coming to the bottom of the car here, because this is where things get fun and exciting. So this is also a Live Sports rear bumper, which is quite rare too. A lot of the parts on this car are really hard to get a hold of. So if you guys actually have any of the parts on this car on your Glanza or Starlet, then hey, you've got some rare pieces, I must tell you that. So coming to the exhaust as well, this is a SARD, which is a Japanese company. This is a full straight through titanium exhaust, turbo back as well. It's a proper piece of kit, and we will get to hear that in a little bit, so don't worry guys, we're getting all the bits and bobs on this car today. And yeah, standing back, we just have a really crazy and cool rear end to this car. Coming to the roof here, because we also have an interesting story for the roof. Now, it has a sunroof and a black roof too, but the sunroof is what we want to focus on. Now, sunroofs are very cool. They're pretty sick to have on a car, and a lot of the time you can option them on cars, such as E-classes, Abarth, stuff like that. But on this car right here, it is extremely hard to get a sunroof on it. Now, you could spec it, but a lot of the time now, if you want to buy a Glanza or Starlet, you really have to hunt for one with a sunroof. So it's a very, very rare optional extra on one of these cars. And hey, pretty cool though. You can open the sunroof on a nice summer's day, hear the exhaust and all of the good bits and pieces under the engine sorted. So of course we do have a really nice black roof as well, which again contrasts with the rest of the car. We're contrasting a lot today, guys, but we like that. I like that a lot. I like it when paint works and colours work together. This definitely does. So yeah, very rare optional extra there. And hey, if you guys have a sunroof too, very rare indeed. So overall, the entire car looks fantastic. It has some extremely rare pieces on it. And boy, I have never seen a Glanza that looks like this. Now, I shan't stall any longer. I shan't waffle. I shan't yap anymore. Let's get to the good pieces and the good bits of the video, which is sound, engine, and interior. Let's go. Now then, folks, it's interior time. And well, a lot of 90s Japanese cars have very interesting interiors, but you're going to want to watch this because I have never seen such an interesting, quirky and funky interior such as this one. Now, when I say funky, I mainly mean some of the little bits and bobs within it. The actual interior itself looks really, really cool. And how about I turn the camera around? Off the bat, you can see that this isn't a standard interior. Now, the first thing that will definitely jump out at you is the red trim throughout the entire dashboard and the door cards. Now, this actually isn't standard. This was actually painted back in Japan. Now, when this was in Japan, a lot of the goodies were put on there, such as the red trim for the interior, and a lot of these 91s they don't really get a lot of the stuff on this like you would see on this one. A lot of them would just be quite standard, like you would have just a grey dash here instead of red. So when this was a demo car, it got a lot of really awesome little bits and pieces to add towards it to just make it a proper one-off piece. Now, of course, you can see it carries on for the door cards, and we do have some carbon bits here as well. Now, you will see that there's quite a lot of carbon fiber within the interior, and most of it is actually a Toyota optional extra. So you could get these little window switches, you could get this little panel here with a cigarette lighter, and this actually is a cup holder. You've got a carbon fiber cup holder. How cool is that? So yeah, a lot of this is actually optional extra from Toyota, and that's pretty cool because a lot of companies back in the 90s used to offer some really sick optional extras. And let me tell you, when we go through them, I've never heard anything like it or seen anything like it. But first of all, let's go over just the main basic interior pieces, such as the seats. Now, these seats are actually really rare. A lot of companies back in the day used to offer many different seats for their cars. If you guys remember, I did actually do a Peugeot 106 review quite a while back, and that had some really cool funky seats. Now, for these ones right here, you can't actually get them at all, really. They're quite a rare seat to find. And well, these are actually called the confetti seats. Now, the owner has told me that he will be switching these very soon to maybe a pair of Sparco Sprints, but he's more than likely to go with a nice set of bride seats, which will definitely work for this car. They scream Japanese, and why not? You might as well, right? I mean, it will go with the lovely red bride gear gaiter and carbon fiber bride shifter as well. So why not, eh? It all works and comes together, and it just makes sense. Now, coming to the rest of the interior, again, we do have this lovely red trim with a few bits and pieces on the dash, such as the TRD, GT, and Live Sports sticker, so you know what bits and bobs are on it. We have this really cool little accessory hanging here for as well, which we've got some sort of like a TE37, which is pretty cool indeed. And we do have a little like coilover as well hanging from it. That's really sick. But for the rest of the interior, going over it here, even the handbrake is different. We've got a lovely, stonking Momo Italy handbrake, which looks super, super cool. Of course, the shifter and all that. All the carbon fiber for the main center console here. We've got a lovely Kenwood stereo, which actually probably is a proper functioning screen as well, with radio, maybe nav too. Full carbon fiber center console here, which again is part of the Toyota optional extra list. We do have some Live Sport turbo gauges there, also in carbon fiber, which will have some pods in them soon, because actually the pod is currently sat over there, so there will be some in here instead. They used to sit up the A-pillar, but they will be in there very soon. So actually, if we come around to the driver's side, we can then see some more really cool parts. So if we just open the door here, here we are. We have got some really cool bits and bobs. So starting off with the dash, actually, because I do love a good dash. And well, we do actually have indigo dials. Now, another interesting story with the dials, because a lot of these 91As, well, a lot of them are from Japan, as you would know. So most of them would be in kph instead of miles per hour. So when they are transported or imported to the UK, a lot of people will get different dials. Now, these dials right here, being indigo, are very, very rare indeed. So it's really hard to find a proper good dial for this car. And well, indigos are even harder to get. So definitely respect there for having a really rare set of dials. And of course, they're MAPH as well to go with all the UK regulations and stuff like that. Proper nice carbon fiber, and of course a Momo Italy steering wheel finished off in a lovely leather with, of course, the main design itself. That is so nice. I really do love that. It's really smart too. And of course we do have some different mats too, with a nice checkered design, red and black to match the dash and everything as well. And we've got some Razzo pedals, which actually do have a really cool function. So these are heel and toe pedals, so you can actually adjust them and move them to the side so you can get a bit of heel and toe action. And hey, who doesn't love a bit of heel and toe? Really sick. I think they look absolutely menacing. And we do have some more of the original Japanese badges there, so that is really sick. And here's the other door card as well. Oh, the wind is trying to close it on me. We want to look at it. Of course, we've got Takata there too, which actually I have been told the owner will get some proper Takata harnesses for this soon. So I think in the future we will have to make an update video on this car when it gets all the nice new awesome pieces on the interior and the exterior too. So I think there is a few plans for that as well. So very sick. So here we are. That is the interior for you guys. What do you think? Of course, we've got a Blitz pod there as well for the turbo. Oh, there's so much to go over, but I'm hoping I've got everything in for you guys, because this is such a special car. I just close that there. And of course we do have the Speed Hunters banner as well. And here is the thing. If you look in the original Toyota magazines, you'll see that there's thousands of optional extras for this car right here. And some of them are very quirky, such as a hammer that sits by the seat rail here, which can be used to break out the window. So let's say if you have a crash and you need to escape via the window, you can get the hammer, push on the glass and crawl straight out. So a lot of safety features, a lot of cool features as well, such as the carbon. But here is the icing on the cake. Here's where we start to get really cool, because if I just take this out here, what do you guys think this is? At first I thought this was the bonnet release, but no, this, well, what do you guys think? Do you think it's a marker pen or something like that? No, it's actually a flare. There is a flare in this car, which actually is a standard option on the car. You can actually order this for your Glanza or Starlet. I can't believe it. This is absolutely crazy. And you can light this as well. It lasts up to 5 minutes. So that is really cool. And it just literally sits down here. I think just goes like that on the clips. And there you go. A flare in the car. How crazy is that? I mean, hey, I wasn't lying when it said it was funky and crazy, and I just absolutely love it. Stuff like that is why I love cars, because it's just so much fun. You just never... have you ever seen a flare in a car? I mean, what? That's awesome. I do love it. I dig it a lot. So that's the interior all done, I think, now. Everything has been gone over. I must say that this probably will be a longer review than normal, because I just want to make sure I get everything on this car. And now I think it's the last two things, the engine and the sound. Let's get into it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into the bit that you've all been waiting for, the section that, well, I've definitely been most excited about, and that is the engine. Now, like I said at the beginning, this engine has a story. And well, I did tell you that it's come from Japan. It's been imported, and this is an HKS demo car. So this has got a fully forged HKS engine. Now, the engine itself is a 1.3 litre 4-cylinder, which probably surprises a few of you guys. Now, if you guys are into Starlets and Glanzas, you will know that this would have had a 1.3. But if you don't know much about them, then there you go. A 1.3 litre turbo. That surprised me when I heard about it. But honestly, it puts the power down really well and can actually handle a lot of power as well. And with it being fully forged, it's properly sorted, and it is a really awesome bit of kit. So starting off with the top of the engine here, we do have an ARC top mount intercooler. Of course, you've got that really awesome turbo badge from earlier. And most of the engine is HKS, because obviously it was forged and all done up there. We have a HKS mushroom filter that leads all the way to down here in this area, which is actually, the turbo is also something very spicy. It's from a Subaru Impreza. It's a hybrid turbo, and we do have an actuator here, a HKS one that actually does, you know, manage the boost and all that good stuff. So you can put on low boost, high boost, all that good stuff. We do have an HKS blow-off valve as well, or dump valve, that type of thing, which sounds really spicy when it's revved, and I can't wait to hear it. We do have a lot of proper nice bits and bobs. A few HKS little goodies as well, like covers for the power steering fluid and other bits as well. And we do have a Honda Civic half rad kit, which actually is a really, really cool little bit to add here because it does work, believe me. A few TRD bits as well, and overall, a really solid piece of kit. Now, the owner has done a bit of engineering, bit of DIY to help with all the air intake and all the cold air suction. So this panel right here has actually been added to force air into this rad to the turbo and other little bits as well. So it's a really sorted engine here. It's really clean under here as well. I mean, cars from the 90s and stuff like that usually have aged sometimes very well, sometimes maybe not, but this one definitely has. It's just super, super clean. And the owner is also going to send me pictures of the underside of the car so you guys get to see how clean and pristine it is. Because believe me, wow. When I get to look at those pictures later, I'm going to be amazed at how clean this thing is. I mean, you've seen the exterior and how minty fresh it is, so imagine what the bottom of it's going to look like. We do have a Cusco strut brace here as well, finished off in carbon fibre, and there's also a strut brace in the boot as well, finished off in white, which does look great too. And overall, I really do love it. I mean, it just looks fantastic under here. Proper piece of kit. It's properly sorted as well. HKS everywhere, and of course it's forged too. I mean, what more do you want? It's just insane. And of course it's properly sorted with all of the engineering design bits and DIY done to it. Oh, can you imagine what this is like on the road? Now this also does have an uprated or bit of a stronger gearbox from another Glanza, which allows it to put the power down better and just be a bit better through the gears, a bit of a longer ratio as well. So boy, this is not stock, it is special. So coming a little bit further up as well, there is the proper badge from Varis. That's how you know it's proper. I mean, you can see it flapping around in the wind here. That's how you know it's real carbon fiber. It is proper lightweight. Hopefully it doesn't, you know, try and make a break for freedom, but I think we should be all right. So there we go. Just take it in. It is awesome. So I think now we're going to get the last part, which is, of course, the sound. And I want to get all the best sound from this car. So, again, let's get into it. So now it's time for a quick, cheeky cold start, and let's hear it. So that is the exhaust that I was talking about earlier. It sounds really, really nice. Oh, that sounds really, really good. I do dig that indeed. That is a nice cold start too. It's not too loud and you can really hear the tone of it as well. I cannot wait to get into it when it warms up a bit and the wind's taking the door there. That's how you can tell. It's a windy day. I don't know why of all days it's today, but hopefully we can get through it all right. But yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to wait for the car to warm up a bit, make sure everything's all right, and then we'll get some proper sound clips. So I'll see you in a minute or two. So, one thing I did actually forget to mention is the boot, and well, we're coming to it now. While we're waiting for the car to warm up, we do have the strut brace that I mentioned earlier from Ultra Racing, which looks really nice in white. We've got a fully painted boot here, which has been done recently, and that just looks minty fresh. We've got a crossbar as well with Starlet on it, very, very nice. We've got some proper speakers here as well, so I bet it sounds good from here and there too. So really, really nice. And just look at the paint on the actual boot lid itself. It's absolutely properly mint. It's so nice. And that is a parcel shelf. I don't know what they were thinking with the Abarth, but this is a parcel shelf for sure. Mine's a letter shelf. Honestly, it doesn't fit anything on it at all. Honestly, so random why they did that. But anyway, really, really nice boot here, properly pristine. I mean, it's nice to see that not only performance is being added to the car, but it's getting minty freshed. I think that makes sense. You guys know what I mean. It's getting done up to look properly pristine, which is what I love about it as well. So we're going to wait another minute or two for the exhaust and we'll get straight into the sound. Alrighty, so I believe the car is warmed up. We're just going to move it over here. Get a quick rolling shot. Oh, look at that. Of course, we've got a little combo. Pretty awesome. So now with the car being warmed up, let's get some spicy sound. goodness. That, oh, you can smell it as well. That is absolutely insane. That sounds fantastic. I mean, you guys know me, I love a good bit of exhaust and the noise from it too, and that is a solid 10 out of 10 right there. We've had Abarths, we've had 350Zs as well, but that just sounds fantastic. A 1.3 litre four cylinder, just remember that, folks. That comes from a 1.3 litre four cylinder. That is just fantastic. That's amazing. Get a little bit of the idle again. Oh, absolutely lovely. I'm speechless, guys. That was just awesome. So of course, having done noise at the back, we've got to do some at the front as well, because we've got all the fancy little bits and bobs for the induction. It'd be rude not to get a bit of a, you know, filter sound. Oh, the front is just as good as the back. I mean, there's no boring bits and pieces on this car, and the sound is just as wild as the looks. I mean, what a car review it has been, guys. I mean, honestly, I have to say, this has been just fan-dabby doozy. So I think, guys, that is everything for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Might be a bit of a longer one than usual, but you know me, I don't like to miss anything out. I want to make sure that I get everything on the video for you guys, because anything I have missed, then obviously comment section down below. I'd love to know if there's anything that I should know, or if I've missed, then please leave it down there. So if you guys do have a car you'd like me to review, then again, comment section down below, or if you want to go over to my Instagram, which I'll put on the screen right now for you, you can message me there and we will get something sorted, that is for sure. But I think that is everything for the video, guys. Again, I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to see any more car reviews, you know, reviews on cars like this, or anything at all, Cadwell, you know, modifications, you guys know what to do. Hit that bell, like, comment, and subscribe, because it's always appreciated. And well, I'll see you in the future. Have a good one.